What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the USA Network's reaction to the Triple H regime, things get worse for Velveteen Dream, WWE slammed for a harsh firing, the star is unhappy with his AEW booking, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. And now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at USA Network's reaction to the Triple H regime. At top of today's news is a report on how the USA Network feels about the WWE's Raw revamp, i.e. the changes made after Triple H took over as the head of WWE Creative. Wrestling fans have heard about the WWE's long-term rights partners' dissatisfaction over declining ratings for several years now. However, how do the executives at USA feel now that there's a new creative regime handling things? A recent report from Fightful Select discussed Raw's improved ratings. WWE's Raw viewership numbers exploded the first week with the Triple H-led show after Vince McMahon retired from the company. WWE Raw landed at over 2.2 million viewers, which was the most in over 2 years. Fightful reached out to several USA Network and Universal sources about the change and the numbers that came with them. One longtime employee that has worked alongside the WWE project said that this was more in line with the numbers the company expected when they extended WWE Raw's deal, but that the pandemic changed everything. They reiterated that they had never really imagined a world where Raw was under 2 million viewers outside of holidays, much less consistently. The source said the following weeks would be the real test, but the results from the first Monday had me personally very excited. The source said at one point they also didn't expect Raw to be back over 2 million viewers regularly, which has happened in August. And this is certainly good news and not unexpected, as Raw's ratings have been sliding for years, even when you factor in the ongoing decline of ratings across the board. The addition of cable stations and streaming services have diluted the audiences for all but the biggest shows on television. Next up, things get worse for Velveteen Dream. A former NXT superstar, Velveteen Dream, aka Patrick Clark's recent arrest has led to more information coming out about his case, as well as an earlier arrest in August. WrestleTalk is reporting that Velveteen Dream was bailed out on the 20th August arrest by WWE superstar Ashante the Adonis, and the Hit Row member posted a $1,200 bond for Dream. The 20th August 2022 arrest was for charges of trespassing on property after a warning and first-degree battery. According to WrestleTalk, Velveteen Dream's subsequent arrest on 26 August arose from him violating the conditions of probation imposed on him on 12 April 2022 from a November 2021 case involving charges of possession of cocaine, use or possession of drug paraphernalia, destroying, altering, concealing physical evidence, and having no lamps illuminating devices in his vehicle. Next up, WWE slammed for harsh firing. Now, what may seem like a minor story on the surface could end up being a major story down the road, as it suggests a major shift in policy for the WWE in terms of how it works with injured wrestlers. Fightful Select is reporting that NXT UK superstar Flash Morgan Webster was released whilst injured. According to the report, there were conflicting reports on whether Webster was cleared to wrestle, with a surgeon clearing him, while a physiotherapist stating he was nowhere near ready for an in-ring return. Flash has been out of action since 2021, and Fightful reports Webster signed a deal with the WWE so he could continue convalescing through his injury. Based on what is being reported, there were two different medical opinions on Webster's condition. Traditionally, the WWE has paid talent when they are injured in the ring, as well as providing medical assistance. If Webster was injured when the WWE released him, this would mark a major departure in the WWE's policy and could lead to trouble in the future if someone decides to challenge the WWE's classification of wrestlers as independent contractors rather than employees. Next up, a star unhappy with AEW Booking. Is Wardlow unhappy with his AEW booking? While unhappy may be too strong of a word to convey the TNT champion's feelings, a recent interview suggests he'd like to do more. One of All Elite Wrestling's biggest homegrown stars, Wardlow has enjoyed a slow but strong push in the main event, beginning with a long teaser when he would ditch bodyguard duties for Maxwell Jacob Friedman and culminating in winning the AEW contract at Double or Nothing. There, Wardlow squashed MJF, going on to become a free agent. Well, at least storyline wise, as rumour has it the WWE would love to sign him. But during the interview with Digital Spy, MJF's former bodyguard elaborated on how things have gone since defeating MJF. I feel like ever since that night, things have kind of just been off, and I feel like I'm still trying to get back on track ever since that night, and we'll get there. But it is what it is. In this life and in this business, not everything goes perfectly. Wardlow discussed how things have gone since winning the TNT Championship. Beating Jay Lethal I think is a huge accomplishment. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world, so that feels important. That I feel is there, but an accomplishment. But beyond that, I haven't done anything since being TNT Champion, and I'm ready for some real competition. Like, yeah, I'll go in the ring, powerbomb somebody 10 times, put my foot on their chest and pin them. That sounds like Wardlow wants to do more, and so far he sounds patient as he told Digital Spy. But guess what? I'll go in there and I'll work with whoever thinks that they're the hardest worker. You step in the ring with me, I'm not just squash matches, I can perform. So I'm ready to show that. It's difficult to look at Wardlow's booking after he defeated MJF as anything matching the build up to his match with MJF. Although Wardlow captured the TNT Championship shortly after earning an AEW contract, his opponents have been weak or mismatched in a case of style. Case in point, Orange Cassidy, a comedy character who should have never wrestled a badass babyface. Wardlow has a match this Sunday at All Out's pay-per-view, but it won't be a title defense. Instead, Wardlow will team with FTR. Teaming the TNT Champion with FTR should make for an enjoyable match against Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns, however it's something better suited for TV rather than pay-per-views. Next up, a multitude of main roster superstars show up on NXT. A slew of main roster superstars showed up on the 30th August edition of NXT, with fans still getting to see a variety of former NXT superstars who have since jumped to the main roster. While the majority of the appearances were pep talks by main roster stars to NXT superstars, there were 2 title challenges for this Sunday's Worlds Collide show. Here's a breakdown of the appearances. Finn Balor appeared backstage and gave NXT champion Bron Breakker a pep talk. Butch appeared by video and supplied Tyler Bate with advice. Shayna Baszler appeared backstage with NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose and told her she needs to win her unification match or her past year's reign will mean nothing. Rhea Ripley confronted Blair Davenport, telling Davenport she had a chance to unify the NXT and NXT UK Women's Championship and she better not screw it up. Intercontinental Champion Gunther appeared to encourage Tyler Bate. The pep talks continued with Ciampa encouraging Bron Breakker. Doudrop and Nikki Ash challenged Katana Chance and Kaden Carter to an NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match, and Ricochet challenged North American Champion Carmelo Hayes to a title match at Worlds Collide. NXT Worlds Collide will feature title unification matches featuring several NXT and NXT UK champions. You may recall that the WWE recently shut down NXT as it plans on building an NXT Europe brand. The WWE released many NXT UK wrestlers, and it'll be interesting to see which NXT UK wrestlers the company keeps after this Sunday's show. And finally, Drew McIntyre getting his entrance back. And last but not least, when it looks like the WWE Universe could see something old and something new when it comes to entrance themes by 2 of the company's biggest superstars. First, let's start with Drew McIntyre, who used Broken Dreams as his entrance music during his first run in WWE. During a chat with WWE Espinal, the Scottish Warrior discussed bringing back Broken Dreams for the right event. I talked about the possibility of having it for a big match, so fingers crossed. I'm always working to make things happen, I can promise people that. Could Drew use Broken Dreams when he challenges Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle? If McIntyre does use Broken Dreams at Clash at the Castle, let's hope he wins his match, or it'll be a bad omen for Drew and his many fans hoping he'll be the man to finally defeat Reigns after 2 years as Universal Champion and several months as Undisputed Champion. Also, Bayley could be receiving a new entrance theme. Ringside News reported Def Rebel, who creates theme songs for WWE, shared a photo of its Instagram stories, and if viewed closely it can be seen on the right side of the monitor is the album art for her current theme, which indicates that a new theme is being worked on for her. If the WWE is working on a new theme for Bayley, will it be her theme or perhaps a new theme for a faction with Dakota Kai and Io Sky? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.